My name is Winter Hendrickson, and I am Nate Hendrickson's mom, and I love being Nate Hendrickson's mom. It's been super special watching him grow and be a man of God. And over the last year and a half, God has done something really super miraculous in his life. About a year and a half ago in May, I met with a man named Gordon Stewart at a coffee shop here in Huron, South Dakota. And he told me about Collision, and I was super excited about it because they were all about the gospel and all about discipleship. And these two things are like number one priority in my life. And I have I have 4 teenagers in my home. And so that is something that I am super passionate about and wanting to see them mobilized for Jesus.
My name is Autumn Mann. My husband, Jeff, and I pastor James River Church. We started the church 20 years ago. I have made a point to attend our youth services just because I feel like there's so many important things that are happening there. I'm not the youth pastor. We have a youth leader. Her name's Winter. She's amazing. But I want to be there to support her, and I want to see these kids because we have a lot of kids that don't go to our church on Sunday morning who come to our Wednesday services, and a lot of kids that don't know Christ. And so I love attending. And we have been trying to get discipleship groups going actually in our church and youth-led discipleship groups for years. And we've tried many, many different things, many different methods. And we were just looking for good resources. So it was a great partnership for us because we already were in process of trying to work a system of getting student-led discipleship groups going. And so Collision offered us a lot of great resources and a lot of really very practical support for our youth pastor Winter as she was overseeing these discipleship groups.
Our students really really grabbed onto it, especially Nay. And he was able to share the gospel using the 3 circles with some of his friends, and they really were interested and curious.
Hello, my name is Nate Hendrickson, and I am 18 years old. I am a senior, and I go to Huron High School. My life before Collision was me going on and off with the relationship with God, and I've always wanted to grow closer to God, but there's always distractions in front of me. And, it brought me down so many times, but now that it's all changed, I feel like God's always there for me. I first heard about Collision when my mom was connected to a Collision, and she told us that this organization would come over to teach us about the gospel and how to spread it and make disciples. And 3 circles is actually really useful, and it's taught me how to preach the gospel to people in simple words for them to understand, and where it's not too complicated for them to understand.
In January of 2025, he started a discipleship group at the library, and it was awesome. It had 8 to 10 guys in it, and then 3 of the guys really were very new to Jesus. Some of them grew up in a Buddhist home. Some of them were just nothing. They didn't have a religion, and they clinged on to Jesus, and they gave their life to him, and they really grew.
What motivated me to start discipling my friends was God himself, and because I wanted my friends to know who God was personally, to have a relationship with him. And because of that, I think God just gave me the confidence to preach the word to my friends, and it just really opened their minds, and I just really thank God for that.
When I heard about Nate leading a discipleship group, I was super encouraged because I knew he was capable of leading one, but I didn't know how to get him there. For him to decide on his own with the tools that he was given to be able to do it is really super encouraging. I really like the tools that Collision gave him because I feel like anyone with any capacity is able to lead a discipleship group.
I invited 2 of my friends and my cousin to my group chat, and they started understanding who God was, and they wanted God in their lives, and they started going to my youth group more often, and especially my church, and eventually they were to the point where they wanted to commit their lives to God and to like living a life personally unified with God.
We encourage people in our church, and we release people to baptize people that they've led to the Lord or that they're personally discipling. So when someone's come to Christ and they've confessed the Lord, repented of their sins, we ask them right away, would you like to get baptized? And then we say, who do you want to have baptize you? And it's our standpoint that you don't need to be a priest or someone in a paid position or even an elder of the church to be the one to baptize. But we encourage them, is there someone that's really God's used to impact your life? And if so, would you like them to baptize you? And so it was really a joy this last year to see Nay baptizing his first disciple and his second disciple and his third. I think he baptized 3 people just this summer alone.
It felt really like unique, and I just felt like God was like really putting it on my heart that anybody can be saved, and it doesn't matter who you were or who you are now, like you can still be saved no matter what.
When I saw Nate baptize his friends, it was such a proud mom moment. It's like everything that you wish that your children would do is to go out and be disciples, to make disciples, and to care for others and have empathy and to really make a difference in the world.
Extra joy to see our teenagers, getting that honor of they brought their friends to the cross. They've shared Jesus with them. They've walked with them through discipleship, and then they get the honor of seeing them baptized, their sins forever buried under their old life, buried under that water. And it's an honor, and it's an honor for me to witness our young people stepping into that role.
The cool thing about my 2 friends and my cousins is that their stories didn't just end at the baptism, but it like progressed as they kept on like living their lives for God. And that's not when their story ends, because they have so much more potential, and they could share and like preach the gospel to others just like themselves, and they could even see like themselves in other people, and they can help others like grow in their faith as well. So this is my story, and you may also have a story like this, but this isn't just happening in South Dakota.